joining us. So we are here with Face Paints Australia. We are mega excited to have you guys here and to chat about your new products and bits about Face Paints Australia. So thank you. I appreciate it's early for you guys and it's a little bit late for us, but I'm a night owl, so I can stay up all night and do this video with you. You've probably got more important things to do. So we'll crack straight on. So before we get started then, do you guys want to introduce yourselves so we know who's who and what you do?
So I'll start. I'm Diana. I own Looney Bin Products here in Australia and Face Paints Australia. I was lucky enough to come across Face Paints Australia about 14 years ago. A friend of mine had it in her garage. She wasn't doing much with it and decided to sell it. So I thought that was a good idea at the time. So I purchased that. Now I've been a face painter for over 30 years, probably 33 years. Full character, clown, fairy, witch, whatever you want, Mother Christmas.
Have you still got those costumes?
I've downsized all my characters to about 3 now. So I only do Diana the face painter and body painter, Griselle the witch, and Mother Christmas.
Amazing.
I find their work. So a lot of fun, always having fun with the kids. I've missed them dreadfully for the last 2 years, as you can imagine. But having Face Paints Australia has given me the opportunity to give my new face painters that I teach a really brilliant product, and they are out there working and doing beautiful work all the time. So Face Paints Australia has been a magic thing for us here at Looney Bin. We're a big family. We've had a lot of staff here too, and we're all still friends and mates. Face Paints Australia is now managed by Erin, so I'm going to hand over to Erin now.
Hi, I'm Erin. So I started working with Diana about 7 years ago. I've been a face painter for about 9. I took over Face Paints Australia about 2 years ago, just before the pandemic hit. That was interesting. It was a challenge.
It's like a subject not to speak about, isn't it? It's like you don't say the word, like.
It was a bit great. It was a bit crazy. Really enjoyable. Like, I love the challenge. It's like, I love the product. So trying to get it out there to the world has been challenging, but fun, and and seeing people that are interested in it and loving it as much as what we do is awesome. Sarah.
Brilliant.
Hello, I'm Sarah. I actually learned to face paint from Diana like maybe 8 years ago. I would come to all the Looney Bin jams and just be obsessed with all the face painting and everything, and couldn't get rid of me, so I just ended up working. Had to employ her. So I've been working maybe the last 4 years. And I do all the social media, website, anything on a computer. That's all my job.
Everything digital.
Yeah. We both, Looney Bin and FPA. So I'm always on the computer, my phone.
Me and Sarah have spoken on TikTok as well, haven't we? We've chatted before. I think we've chatted on Facebook and things like that. So I've seen kind of you guys on your socials as well. So thank you. So you mentioned Looney Bin. So in the UK, some people might have heard Looney Bin, some people might not. So do you want to give us a bit about kind of who Looney Bin are and what you're all about?
Okay, so 15 years ago, it was very much about entertainers, training up entertainers to go and do children's parties, events like that. So we needed a big warehouse to run training sessions, sell them all their products. So I thought, well, if I get a factory with a warehouse and a shop and a studio, we can run everything, purpose-built place, run it all from a place called the Looney Bin, because you've got to be a bit silly and loony to be a children's entertainer. So set that all up with the help of my wonderful family, my children. And Looney Bin's that's 14
long time
14 years. So set up all the training, did all that, got the shop running, and we supported all the competitions around Australia and New Zealand. So we travelled a lot. We had pop-up stalls at all the conventions here in Australia and New Zealand. And we made a heck of a lot of friends along the way, which has been amazing because they've been our support system over the last 2 years as well. So Looney Bin is just plodding along. It's nicely just plodding along with all our new products. So I can honestly tell you I have been blown away with the way people develop new products. When I first started to compare to now, it is amazing. So we've got all the products here at Looney Bin, and having Face Paints Australia to show people and demonstrate to them has been an absolute buzz for us. I also want to mention, I don't know if many people realise this, but our logo of the eye up there is actually a distorted image of Australia.
I never knew that.
Hang on.
Yeah. So point to Tasmania. Tassie is the little eye drop.
Queensland. And then we're over here. Queensland, WA.
Oh my God. See, I would have never known that.
I never knew it. I was telling Diana I needed to put eyeballs on the paint.
You did know before today, though, didn't you? You did know before today.
It's an Aussie eye.
Yeah, Aussie
eye. Amazing.
We're watching it.
So you then said that you purchased Face Paints Australia, is that right? So it was already set up. I wasn't aware of this because I think the first time I saw Face Paints Australia was probably around maybe 4 years ago in the UK, or ish.
2017. That's when we started overseas.
Right, okay. And I remember it was with one of the retailers here, and they were like the main distributor or whatever. And it came up, it was like, who's Face Paints Australia? And you know, and there's always that you're very cautious about a new brand because you're like, are they kind of marketed for parents, should we say, or you know, what kind of product is it? Is it worth the money? And I think when you first came to us, it was a higher end kind of product. So there's a lot of people quite dubious about it, but it didn't seem to really kind of take off in the UK at that time. And I'm not sure if there just wasn't that kind of buzz about it at the time. I can't remember kind of what was going off. There might have been other things that were
marketing was terrible.
Sarah wasn't here.
That's why. Sarah wasn't here. Sarah, we are getting you the biggest pay rise after this video, mate. Look at that. No, Donna. But yeah. So you
the overseas marketing.
Yeah. So what made you kind of, I know you were wanting to kind of add more to your belt in a sense, but purchasing a product must be scary as hell.
I knew it was good. I had played with it. I'd compared it with a few of the other products that were out there. And to me, it just sort of fell in my lap. It was like, hey, this product goes a long way. This is great. And we had Nick and Brian Wolf come over. And
Nick and Brian, bless him.
I know. And they stayed with me for a couple of weeks, and we started playing with the paint. And their faces when they were using it just sold me. I said, yeah, we got a good product. We've got a good product. And when Dutch came over,
she's proper name dropping now, isn't she? Like, come on, keep them coming. Well,
just let me get started.
Yeah, just best mates with Nick Wolf and Dutch, you know.
Yeah, no, they stayed with her.
Dutch filled his bags. He filled 2 suitcases of FPA.
Wow.
And took it home. So I'm thinking, I think I've really hit the jackpot here. So yeah, and they still buy from us. So yeah. It's
amazing.
their go-to product because it goes further than other products.
and good
So
cover.
when you started off then, was it just cakes or was there, so I'm trying to think if it was,
No,
how many years ago?
She had
years,
14, 15 years ago. They were just the 30 grams, the 45 grams, and the 90 grams. And she had the one neon rainbow split cake.
Oh.
That was all she had. And she was taking it to state by state. And I was going with her and helping her promote it and launch it. But the labeling wasn't quite up to standard and things were, and mum got sick. So she put the product away in the garage and there it sat for 2 years. And I just thought, nah. So she said, I'd like to sell it. I said, well, I'm putting my hand up first. So, yeah.
And what an amazing kind of journey
Yeah.
you've been on since then.
It was waiting for me.
Yeah.
So then how did you kind of then take it on from there? So was the plan to just kind of roll with it, or did you have an idea of where you wanted Face Paints Australia to be?
Right. So the plan was to get it fully into all the suppliers around Australia, but get it properly labelled. And at that stage, I had a lovely lady, Dale Proposh, working for us, and she somehow got her brain around all the compliance for the labelling. And I take my hat off to Dale because
Definitely.
she did an amazing job. Got that all compliant and labelled correctly. Of course, that cost a bit of money too, but that's what you do. And so we were all over Australia, taking it to New Zealand, taking it to a Silly Farm was interested in it. We had a few of the guys like Dutch, and I could name drop so many people.
Oh, go, keep going, go on then.
So Miguel Angel, and he had a lot to do with it as well, but then he got into airbrushing, so he wasn't face painting as such with that. But they took it back to the States and they were really promoting it over there as well. So we just thought, yeah, I think we can go into split cakes now and get a big range. So we were there. Anyone that walked into the loony bin, we were grabbing their arms and swiping all over their arms, all these new designs and combo cake collections. And we had a bit of fun.
Diana would invite us in and say, right, come to work at like 9 o'clock. We're going to play with some paints, and we'd lay all the paints on the table and we would sit there and just put combinations together and worked out well. And that's where the 28
got
come from.
The best job ever.
Best boss.
Ever. Yeah. Like that's all I want to do Monday to Sunday is just play with paints all day. Like, I'm very jealous.
Yeah, no, we've been really lucky. She said, come in, create. And that's what we did.
Play, see what you think. Some things worked.
Some things didn't.
Actually, there was very few.
Some colour combinations didn't work.
No, there was a couple that really had to get out of here. But most of them were really attractive. And we had some beautiful people sending us what they'd made. And we were making up those, the whimsy and beautiful ones. So yeah, we developed them, and then we thought, well, we'll ask these beautiful artists to come up with their own ranges. So Sarah Asker's range, Kristen Olsen, when they got going, we were just like, whoa,
unbelievable.
Whoa, this is cool.
When did those ranges then get manufactured? Because those are on retail at the moment, aren't they? You still sell those?
So Kristen's came out 2 years ago. She was
2 years ago.
Yeah.
We've been playing with them for 3
actually,
years.
we got Kristen's collection in just prior to COVID hitting.
Yeah.
We actually got the delivery of them in March, and we thought, what do we do?
Got
what
locked
do
down
we
on
do?
the 20th of March.
Yeah. So we actually had Kristen's whole collection sitting here, and we're like, oh, this is ridiculous, because we wanted to give it all the praise and all the pizzazz that it deserved, because it's amazing. Like, it's a stunning collection.
That's not the right time to do it at all, is it? Do you know what I mean? No. Definitely not.
So we held off, and then when we got to June, we kind of went, this is crazy. We've got all this gorgeous paint sitting here. Let's release it, because we had quite a bit of interest from overseas, particularly from like Europe and where Kristen's, mainly situated. And we released it. It didn't get the pizzazz that it needed, but you know, Sarah's marketing, like her pictures were stunning,
Yeah.
you know, and so it
inspired them.
Yeah,
It
you know,
inspired them to try them.
yeah, and
even
then
though they couldn't use them.
yeah, and Sarah's collection, beautiful Sarah Askar, she's an amazing artist. So we asked her if she was interested because she loves FPA. She's a big fan of it, and she created her collection, which those edging cakes blew my mind. They were amazing. So that's we released them in September. It was just prior to Christmas. I think we released. I think we released. Yeah.
October.
So a lot's
again,
happened kind of recently, really.
Yeah, we've kept moving.
Like big things are very recent, and then COVID's kind of
Mind-blowing.
spoiled it massively. So, I mean, like I say, the previous kind of knowledge of face paints Australia and the UK was quite quiet. We were aware of it, but there was no kind of general buzz. And then all of a sudden, there is this neon product that we can use in the UK, and we will be covered by our insurance.
Yeah.
And the Face Painting Association obviously have been begging for this for years. Like, we want this. And then you guys come along and just go like, mic drop this product. There you go. Enjoy. And we're all kind of like, you can't possibly do this. Like this, we've been telling everyone it's just not going to be possible. You're never going to have this product, guys. Just accept you won't be able to use neons ever. So we were very skeptical, and then we've gone through, and you've kindly sent all your paperwork to us, and we've had kind of our nerds that we have in our group read over it, and it's right. We can use it. So why do this? Why now? Like why were the neons? Like what happened?
We knew it would work. We saw a gap in the market. We were told about heavy on the compliance stuff. We traveled down that road. We came to a few bumps, and we thought, no,
bumps.
We can't do this. But
mountains.
Then, did I say bumps?
Yeah.
Mountains. But somehow we.
So when did you start looking into this? When did you start considering reviewing?
About 5 years ago, it came into our little heads, and we thought this is what we need to do, but other things got in the way. So, and as I said, then we got bumped. I'm not going into too much detail about the bumps, but we did have a few hold-ups, but we plodded on, persevered,
and we believe in it. We believe in the product. We love it. Yeah. So it was worthwhile getting it to you guys because it is awesome.
Is it solely then, this product kind of solely for, not solely for the UK, but in a sense there's a more benefit for the UK with the issues that we've had?
And the EU.
Yeah.
And
we weren't able to sell it with the last lot of compliance stuff that we've gone through when the neons became compliant. We weren't able to sell them in the UK. They just said, unless you're going to actually go through the process and get them compliant, our what are they called? The responsible person. Our responsible person we have to have said we weren't able to sell them if we weren't compliant. So that's why we thought, well, and this was a process. This particular neon process started 2 years ago.
Two years.
Yeah,
we worked on that during COVID.
Yeah.
Okay, so you go to the EU or the UK kind of thing and go, right, we have these neons and we wish to sell them there. And then what's the process from there then? What kind of happened?
Oh, we have to send them our recipe.
Right.
Inside what is the NDA, the non-disclosure thing, the agreement saying don't give our recipe out to anyone. Please, we love our product, don't sell it to anyone.
We had to get all the CAS numbers right.
Yeah.
We had to check out every single ingredient and percentages and all that to make sure that it was compliant there.
Yeah. So once we sent the recipe and all the numbers, they go through the process of testing it and making sure it's all good and happy, and then they send back the report saying yes or no. So we were still on edge saying yes or no.
So you didn't know then if they'd be kind of like happy with it?
But you still had to pay all that money to just get it tested.
Right. So, okay. I'm really intrigued of kind of like the process because like I say, it's something that we've been begging for and we appreciate that there would have been a huge cost involved for it and a lengthy kind of process, to go through it. But I don't think we would really appreciate we don't want the full ins and outs. That would be very nerdy and very boring. But I think kind of like, so you then sent all the paperwork and everything else off to them. Yeah. And did they come back at any point and kind of need more information, or is it just a matter of you're sat there waiting?
No, they come back and said, okay, so of your 9 neons, 7 of them are compliant, 6 of them, whatever. 3 of them you can't sell. One of the pigments is reclassified. So anything that even with our rainbow cakes, anything that has any of these 3 colors in it can't be sold. And we're like, oh what?
When did this happen? Is this something to do with the Brexit then, or is this
December? We were notified that one particular pigment has been reclassified. So we had to then go through a process of like, okay, I went to Diana, I've gone, what do we do? Do we, of our 52 rainbow cakes, 18 of them have these particular colors in them. So went back to our manufacturer, spoke to them. They sent us out some samples of stuff that is paints that are considered compliant. And then we had to redesign 18 of our cakes, which is why we have particular cakes that are only for the EU and the UK. Which I see. And then we have the same combination, but with the Australian paint in them for Australia and the US. So we've got, like Serendipity, where we have neon magenta in it, you guys have neon pink creme in it. So then that was another outlay to go and buy all those paints in simply so we could have our full complete range available for the UK.
Right, so this one that's a little bit kind of like purpley in a sense, isn't it? It's a bit of a pinky purple.
Yeah, that's
so
neon pink creme.
This is the special one.
Just for you guys.
In a sense.
Yeah,
just for you.
Hang on, I'll just find it.
Yeah.
So this is ours here.
Ah, right.
Very similar.
Okay.
Yeah, very similar.
Okay.
Oh, hang on, you've got the other one. Hang on.
I've got the new one that I prepared earlier. I want a shelf like that I can just go grab and bring them back.
Yeah, so it's very similar. It's just that
it does look very similar. I thought it would be like a big difference, and you'd kind of notice.
So what we did, we went through a massive process of sitting here with our cakes and with the new colours, and then testing them and making sure that they're matched. Because that's 18 cakes that we wanted to get to you guys. We didn't want to just say, sorry, you guys can't have them.
Well, to be fair, that decision, in a sense, if you did kind of say, well, I'm really sorry, we can't do it, I think a lot of us would be very upset in the UK, but we'd kind of understand, because we'd be like, why, in a sense, would you pile in loads of money to have just set paints just for us? So I think it's incredibly generous of you.
And it means you'd miss out on Serendipity. You can't miss out on Serendipity.
Oh my gosh, it's amazing. And I haven't hardly used it. I think I've used it once or twice on a job. And I think even still now, having neon paints in my hand, I feel nervous about it because I've just not done it in so long that I feel like this is really naughty. Do you know what I mean? Like, but it's not because it's all okay.
You're fully allowed to. You can see the codes on the back.
Yeah, exactly. And I think I did a cat with it, and oh my god, this rainbow cat was just beautiful. What got me with this was that I thought, right, it's an approved neon in a sense that we can use here, and it's just not going to be bright. It's going to be, it's just not going to pop. And I remember doing like the first bit of the ears, and I was like, oh, like, I'll do a bit more, and then I'll keep going, and then I'm like, oh my gosh. So I finished this cat, and it looked amazing. And I said to the mum, I says, can I take a picture? Is that okay? She went, yeah, of course you can. And I says, do you mind if I share it on like my social media? She went, oh, I'm really sorry, you can't. Well, I was like, this is not fair. So I've been trying to grab kids ever since, going like, do you want a rainbow cat? Do you want a rainbow cat? Who wants a rainbow cat? Like, somebody want a rainbow cat. But I'm just so gobsmacked with how bright it is. And I'm still can't kind of fathom how you've done it. And whatever you guys have done, it's amazing. And you must be so proud of yourselves.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
So
Nice to hear.
This line of paints, this line of paints that's special for the UK then. To do that, there must have been a huge kind of financial input into that. And
Diana's now living in a caravan.
So just for our painted benefit, you're having to, slum it.
Cheese sandwiches for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Yeah. Beans on toast, we'd call it. That's it. Yeah, that's exactly the one. Brilliant. I mean, I can't thank you enough. I really can't. I think, we've been just so desperate for it, and I think what you've done is just amazing, and you should be so proud of yourselves. And I just literally can't thank you, because what you're saying to me, you could have turned around and you could have said, no, I'm not putting in just for a small area in the market, in a sense, because the UK is a small area compared to some of the bigger countries, So on behalf of all of us,
filter through. Yeah. We believe it'll filter through.
Yeah.
So,
Definitely.
We've already seen improvement. We've got quite a few stockists over there now with more interest from the EU as well. So it's been worth our while, even for our brain turning to mush, but it's been good.
Well, like I say, it's a real big buzz over here at the minute. So there's lots of talks about it. There's lots of talks about the neon, because there's been the whole debate about should people use neons in the UK. And then now there's an answer to the problem. There's people that will say, this says SFX only on the back. What do I do? And now you've got people going, you buy this. That's what you do. You buy this. Why do you feel then, or explain to us why face painters should choose Face Paints Australia products, in a sense, in a whole, not necessarily the neons, but you can do either the neons or in a whole in comparison to other products, shall we say? What's the difference?
You want me to take this? Okay.
She's like ready, isn't she? Like, yeah, I've got this.
So our colour range is vibrant as well as pastel. So you've got the two variants in the colour ranges, and they're quite diverse. You've also got metallics that are very, very shiny. They're not a soft pearl, they're a real shine. The metallics just are beautiful. Neons we've discussed, they're amazing. But the Face Paints Australia, the actual brand itself and the paint, your 30 grammer will go a long, long way because of the coverage, because of the consistency. There's very little filler in it. So you're getting real value for money with your FPA.
Really strong pigment.
Strong pigment, less filler, brilliant colours.
I want to talk about this little just tweak from that to that. Like,
bam.
Mind is blown. And it's something that none of us even thought of. Like, why didn't we think of this? Do you know what I mean? Just flip the cake around, and then now your sponge fits perfectly. And I'm presuming is that the reason why the change was?
Yeah.
Who thought of this? Whose idea was it?
That was actually, it was Kristen Olsen. When she designed her collection, she went, can I change them? And we went, can't see why not. So we contacted our manufacturers, and they said, by all means, turn them around. Just write them differently when you order them.
Yeah.
Amazing. And I remember seeing them on the website and being like, why would you want it that way? Like, you know what I mean? And then I thought, I'm going to get some, because it's a new and I need to play with it. And I got them. And then as soon as I'd literally had it in my hand, when you just sit and I'm like, oh my God, it's twigged. Like, that will fit my petal sponge. Like that will perfectly fit. And it's just this. It's just this. And I think if you guys carry on fixing problems for us, one, I'm not going to have a TikTok page anymore because there'll be no problems for me to moan about. But it's going to make our lives so much easier if these little things, and I think it's great that you guys are kind of listening and, do you know what I mean, taking on board, I suppose, the feedback from people as well. So I think are you open?
We all face paint. We love face painting. We're obsessed with it. So it's just like we think like face painters because we are, and it's just like, how can we make
you're on the job. You've got to problem solve. And if you want it a particular way, then you've got to go home and make it that way.
Yeah.
There's no point saying, oh, I can't do that.
Mm.
So you've got to really, put your best foot forward and come in and share ideas. And that's where our jams were really good. People would come in and they'd say, hey, I've done this. And Sarah Asker would come in and say, I've developed these dome cakes and look, I do this. And we go, okay.
It's great. And like we love hearing ideas. Like if people have got ideas to make things better or different things, it's like,
we're
love to
open.
hear it, because
We're
it's
open.
like we're all face painters.
Yeah.
We want things
And I
to be
think,
awesome, you know.
Yeah, I think when new products come out as well. So like when the sponges came out and we ran into exactly the same problem, we're like, oh, we're getting like holes in the middle. What the hell?
Yeah.
You know, because it's a new product, we haven't used those sponges before. We've never had to turn our cakes. So new products come out, we cater to adapt to meet that need.
So we can send everyone to your social medias then. So we'll send them all to Sarah with great ideas of products and what we want. We'll keep her really busy. Is that okay?
Yes.
Yep.
And feel free to message anytime on like the Instagram, Facebook as well, but Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and you'll mainly be talking to me, and I could talk about face paint all day.
Well, like I said, we spoke, didn't we? We chatted on social before even any of this kind of talk about, you know, doing a video and whatever else. So because I think we then twigged.
TikTok, and I was like, look at this lady, she's so funny. And then when it clicked to you, I was just like, oh, this is amazing. You're like,
you are very approachable, and I think that's also a massive plus to have, is for to be somebody that's
we're just face painter. Aussie, you know, we're here, we're available, like
it's not an admin person behind, you know, a desk that's going, I'll pass the message on to somebody who knows, you know, I mean, you know all about it, you know everything about the products and the job, and in a sense, and you can, like I say, you can talk about it all day long, which is even better, so can we. What's your socials then? So where can we find Face Paints Australia?
So Instagram, Facebook and TikTok, and it's all Face Paints Australia with an S in there, Face Paints Australia, and we use the hashtag the same as well, Face Paints Australia, and the Looney Bin as well, Instagram, Facebook and TikTok. We do have YouTube's and Pinterest account as well, but we're more active on the Instagram. And we're getting more happening on the TikTok.
Yes.
So I've seen on TikTok, and I've also seen on your Facebook. I'm not down with Instagram. I'm in that age bracket where I come out of Instagram, unfortunately. But and I've seen that you guys share people's kind of work, what they do with your products, like that's and there's some amazing work that's been kind of popping about.
And we love it, like if people tag us, so because you know it'll just show up instantly and I can just see it and reshare it. Like I go searching for things as well, but if people tag us and let us know what colors they've used or use the hashtag, then it's like I can just see it instantly, and we get so excited when we see all the designs people do or different things they're creating, and it's like we just want to share it out. So
amazing. So what's next? What's the plan now? Are you having like a break, like from the madness of
keep going? I mean, Chris coming up, but
we're not going to tell out too many secrets.
Oh no, come on, you've got to give us something really, really little, like an exclusive little tiny thing.
Maybe.
Can you give maybe just something really little?
There might be some additions to some collections.
Additions to some, right, okay.
We've got some more artists interested.
Okay. Are you allowed to say what area of the world they are? Am I pushing it now? Being too cheeky. Amazing though. Absolutely amazing. I can't wait for more from you guys.
New colours coming out as well. There's some awesome new colours coming.
Yeah.
Regular colours.
There's a new metallics and a new essential for sure. We've got them here already.
Yeah.
Are they on that top shelf just at the back? Or are they
They're just beautiful.
And hopefully we can catch up again soon. So when you have the exclusive information and you want me to reveal it on your behalf,
Yeah.
you just give me a shout and then
That'd be
we'll
great.
hook up again. But if you
that's
ever come
great,
to the
Donna.
UK, you come find us, yeah? If you're ever at the
course.
jam or
Yeah.
convention, we want to
Yeah.
see you.
That's great.
I'd love
Donna.
to come back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. That'd be great.
that's
Brilliant,
great.
brilliant. So thank you again, guys. All the best.
Thank you.
You keep up the good work too.
Yeah. Keep being awesome.
Thanks,
Bye.
guys. Bye.